Welcome to the Seventh Dispensation Podcast. Today we're going to be reading some more from the Holy Book, the Alpha Quran, which is a divine revelation from God. And the chapter that we're reading is called In the Mind of God. And the reason why I feel like this chapter is so important is because we don't have the true reality of God being taught to us in church. They're teaching us about a spook mystery God in outer space. They're talking about spirits and ghosts and all of this stuff, right? They don't tell us who the God is and who the devil is and why they don't get along with nobody on the earth. Like they even got into it with the Asians, they done got into it with the Latinos, they done got into it with the Indians, they done got into it with the black people. Like they don't get along with nobody on earth. And it's a reason, you know. And it's because of the mind of God and the mind of the devil. And they told us that the devil was in the ground somewhere, when the whole time they was the devil. But let's get back into this book so we can get into the mind of God so you could see things how God sees. It says, all realities are created the same way. Now listen, all realities are created the same way. Whether it is peace, love, or happiness, it all evolves from how we perceive life. Now listen, peace, love, happiness all evolves from how we see life. How we perceive life is the power of attraction and rebellion. Now listen, how we see life is the power of attraction and rebellion. And see, this is why they had to destroy all the knowledge of the slaves, right? They had to destroy everything. No history, no connection to the people, no knowledge of where they came from, who they are, or nothing, right? And then they re-educated us and taught us their religion, Christianity, taught us their religion, Islam, taught us their education, because they wanted us to see life how they see it. See, that's what this book, this holy book, this divine revelation from God, is teaching us how to rise from the dead, how to awaken. And in order to rise from the dead, in order to wake up, you got to know how to see things in this proper context. So this says, how we perceive life is the power of attraction or rebellion. How we see life. That's why when I go around the Latinos, they embrace me. Because how I see life, how they see life. When I go around the Asians, they embrace me because of how I see life, how they see life. When I go around the Indians, they embrace me because of how I see life, how they see life. Even when I go around white people, they embrace me because of how I see life and how they see all. And see, what y'all got to understand this. We were also lied about white people. All white people are not evil. All white people are not wicked people. You got to remember, even during slavery, you had some people called the but it was a group of white people that was helping free the slaves. You understand what I'm saying? So they all weren't bad. They all were never into abuse. You had people that were freeing slaves and helping slaves and giving slaves places to hide out and live until they was able to get to Canada or able to get to Mexico. This is why I can't understand how you black people steady riding with them and talking trash and helping them abuse the Latinos when the Latinos was letting us seek refuge there from slavery. What do you think? Why do you think they hate Mexico? Because Mexico was allowing the slaves to come over there and be free. Why do you think they hate Cuba? Cuba was letting slaves come over there and be free. They didn't have no extradition. They told America, you business can't come over here and do shit. They make it over here, they free. Same with Canada. They hate Canada because Canada was letting the slaves come over there and be free. But when you look at you black motherfuckers nowadays, y'all talk shit about Mexicans. Y'all talk shit about the Caribbeans, the Latinos, the Cubans. Y'all talk shit about the Canadians. The same people who were saving y'all from the white people who dick y'all suck. So that's why this book, this Alpha Quine, teaches that how we perceive life is the power of attraction and rebellion. The mind is the basis of creating all realities. Beliefs become realities. And they are proven until they are proven false. Now listen, beliefs, like beliefs in that Jesus coming back after 2,000 years, belief that Islam is the only religion in the world that's real, you know what I mean? See, beliefs become realities. Even with the Jews, they think Judaism is the only religion God ever created. You see what I'm saying? Beliefs become realities until they are proven false. See, God put that in this holy book for a reason. Because He wants y'all to look at y'all realities, look at y'all belief system. And, and if you can prove it false, then it's not reality. If you could prove it false. And some of y'all haven't even tried to prove it false. Y'all just keep saying the same shit that the devil taught y'all. Beliefs are formed by how we interpret knowledge, facts, and circumstances. All thoughts center on what we believe, and all actions are created to support or defend our system of beliefs. See, this is why black people run and kiss so much white ass and fighting all their wars and helping them abuse other people the same way they abuse us. Because it says that all thoughts center on what we believe and all actions are created to support or defend our system of beliefs. And what you Negroes is showing the world, right, is that white people are still your slave masters. That's why you support and defend white supremacy. That's why you support and defend their devil worshiping religions. That's why you support and defend them abusing people all over the world and joining their army and helping them. Now let's look at the realities in which we live. Drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and human disregard. What is the basis of this reality? It is a fake sense of comfort and strength. A fake sense of comfort and strength. It is a false perception of power and authority. A false perception of power and authority. Like you see when they put Donald Trump in office, right? He in there talking. Man, he had a meeting with that one leader from another country, and he was sitting there talking to him like he was all tough and all grim. You see what I'm saying? A false perception of power and authority. The mind has not been conditioned to rely on the divine power of self, therefore depriving the individual of the ability to master precision and balance within self. All right, and on that note, man, I'm going to leave you as I came in the universal word of love